So like, bro, what do you want to be when you're older? Honestly, bro, I want to work at a cafe. A maid cafe. Okarinasai, master! Yeah, I can see that. Really, bro? Yeah, dude. You'd be cute as shit, bro. Thanks, bro. You're the best. How about you, bro? What do you want to be when you're older? Bro, honestly, I don't even know. Oh, bro, hear me out. I know this game that will, like, tell you what you're going to be when you're older. Bro, for real? What's it called? For many people, board games would serve as a great way to interact with friends and enjoy something just about everyone could get behind. There was no real learning curve or know-how on using a controller or keyboard and mouse. Someone would simply explain the rules and you would play. Uno. And like all things getting digitized with the modern age, board games were no exception. No longer did you need to go out in person or even have friends to play these games with. I could now simply turn on my PC and burst someone in chess while in the comfort of my bedroom and watching VTubers at the same time. You could still play these games locally with others. Games like Mario Party were great for this. But I would still argue they're an even greater experience playing them alone in the shower. And I'll tell you what else I like to do alone and gets me wet. Yep, I just pissed myself again. Mom! Following the 2005 release of the physical edition of SpongeBob the Game of Life board game, in 2008 we were given a fresh new digital version playable on both Windows and Mac. And no longer did you need actual friends to play with. Now you could just play with yourself. No, Mom! I can't do the dishes right now! I'm playing with myself! Before jumping in, the game asks you to create a profile name. I panicked when I couldn't think of anything, so decided to just go by the name everyone would call me back in high school. Hey, look everyone! It's Eric! My name's Steve! Shut up, Eric! Next, the game will ask you to select how many players, both human and computer, allowing for 4 total players, with the only available characters being SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Sandy. Hey bro, you wanna play? Can't right now, bro. I'm working on my Barker impression for when someone spills their omu rice. Oh, sick, bro. Let's see it. Barker. Needs more disgust. Disgust, alright, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Barker. Bingo. You then get the choice between playing by SpongeBob's rules or the traditional Game of Life rules, with SpongeBob's rules offering new wacky mini-games that aren't included in the traditional experience. Obviously, I went with SpongeBob and was promptly loaded into the game board, which immediately showcased those beautiful 2008 Windows Vista graphics. Right off the bat, you're given the choice between either going to college or jumping straight into a career. Considering I'm playing this game to determine my future and don't want to wind up being some unemployed 24-year-old making anime and shitpost videos someday in the future, I decided it would be safest to start off in college. With college selected, I was promptly brought over to the wheel to give it my first spin. Oh, by the way, if you spin a number lower than 5 on your first spin, you won't be attracted to femboys anymore. No, this can't be happening! Could this day get any worse? Hey guys, Bro Steve here. Just wanted to let you all know that this day does indeed get worse. Moving 3 measly spaces across the board, I was given my first life card, and we're immediately presented with an opportunity to check out those SpongeBob rules, as we are given the option to play for more life cards, or pass and just take the one. Wait, they have gambling in this game? Oh, man, I wish I knew. I would have won something nicer. Mama didn't raise no bitch, so of course I chose to play the minigame and try to snag myself some more life cards. This brought us over to our first minigame of the session, where I just gotta click on these coins that fly off the seahorse ride. Despite the mouse sensitivity being a little wonky, I'm also above the age of 6, and so was able to complete it with no issues and earned myself a bonus 3 life cards. Yep, that's right, no more $2 noodles for me now. From now on, it's only that sweet, sweet blue stuff. Our turn ends, and so we watch the computer go through their turns, with nothing notable really happening, except Sandy becoming a cashier. With me finally stepping up to the wheel again, it was time to spin big. You know the rules. If you spin a number lower than 4 on your second spin, I take all the beans in your house. Who is making these rules? Rules are rules, man. I'm just the messenger. Moving an entire 1 space, I was given 3 more life cards, and of course, another gambling opportunity to win some more. This brought us to our second minigame, where Plankton has locked the Krusty Krab, and I have to crack the password to reopen it. I actually had no idea what I was doing here, so I ran out of time and got 0 bonus cards. Hello again, old friend. Squidward gets a job as a detective, Patrick becomes a fry cook, and Sandy's throwing that thing back. And once again, it was my turn to spin the wheel. Oh bro, by the way, if you spin a— Yeah, I know, spin a number less than 3 and I get fucking cancer or something. Bro, what? No man, that's so dark. What the hell? No, if you spin a number less than 3, you just gotta go to John's house party on Friday night, turn on all the gas stoves, and then leave. How the fuck do I get a big roll? 20 more minutes into I'm on. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 20 more minutes. Moving an entire 2 more spaces, I again get another life card, as well as another gambling minigame where I just gotta catch all the patties on the spatula. I apparently need to be fucking lobotomized because I somehow missed 2, but I still got myself a bonus 2 life cards nonetheless. We eating good tonight! Everyone else plays their turns, and Squidward gets a seahorse pet. And now it was time for me to once again spin the wheel. So what, not gonna say anything? Bro, there's no rules for the 4th spin. Everyone knows that, come on. Okay, cool. Oh, except if you— Oh, what? Bro, chill. It's nothing really. It's just, if you spin a 4 on your 4th spin, you're gonna get touched in your sleep. Most likely by me.
Like, come on, this is so good. What the fuck?
Hey, are you sleeping yet? It's okay. I can wait.
I move 4 spaces, get a life card, and make my second attempt at the lockdown minigame, where this time I actually almost finish it, getting 2 of the numbers solved before running out of time. Squidward, by the cruel hand of God, is randomly given a place to live and now has to pay rent for the rest of his life. Patrick gets a pet snake, while Sandy gets a pet bird and makes her next progression through the corporate ladder, going from cashier to ice cream vendor. And then there's me, still jobless, homeless, petless, and worst of all, bitchless. Well, at least I'm not homeless in real life. Hey son, I decided to start collecting rocks as a hobby, and your room seems like the best place to display them, so you've got 3 days to get the fuck out of my house. But I was determined to make a change. I knew that with my 5th spin, things would finally be about to change around here.
Oh my god!
On the brink of crashing out, almost as hard as that one Austrian dude that got rejected from art school, I was finally given a job opportunity. That's right, everyone. You're now looking at groundskeeper Eric. I mean, hey, I'll take it. It's better than being an ice cream vendor like Tits McGee over here. On payday, I play that seahorse minigame again, earning me a bonus of $150 on top of my $600 salary. And I even got the chance to take another crack at the lockdown minigame and finally beating it for the first time, earning myself 4 more life cards.
Oh, listen to me, kids. Never, ever, ever stop gambling.
Yeah, things were finally starting to change around here. Nothing else really happens besides Sandy moving into Flying Dutchman's ship and buying a reef blower. Why does she need a reef blower? She's already got a mouth. Am I right, bro?
Bro, it's a fucking cartoon squirrel.
I've done worse things, bro. Determined to keep the good momentum going, I spin the wheel, get a 7, play the seahorse minigame, catch some flying patties, and promptly end my turn. It was also here when Patrick moved into Mr. Krabs' house that I noticed that everyone's mirrors on the left-hand side changes depending on their current occupation and lifestyle, which I thought was a pretty neat touch. Sandy and Squidward go and strike together for some reason, and so we're forced to participate in this minigame where you just wait for your button to pop up. And this just goes on for way too long. God, I seriously hope we don't have to see this minigame much more moving forward. Hey guys, Bro Steve back again. This is a writing technique which we call foreshadowing. To put it in Gooner terminology, it's like when the married 40-year-old MILF calls up Domino's and asks for an extra large sausage pizza with extra sausage and to hold the crust. And then 5 minutes later, I show up and I bah, 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 bah. Ooh, you like that shit? Bah, bah. Yeah, tell me you like that shit. Bah, bah. Yeah, this shit got you feeling dizzy? Yeah, that's because I turned all your gas stoves on, you dumb, stupid bitch. As all good things must come to an end, I go back to spitting threes and end up with a fucking pet worm. Squidward starts selling chocolate bars, and so... Back to the wheel, I spin a 2, but fortunately land on a raffle spot where the prize is an unlimited supply of Grandma's homemade cookies. And you already know my fat ass wants those cookies. So to earn myself some more raffle tickets, I start gambling again. This time having to select the bucket which has the seashell hiding within it. I got the first bucket right, lost track of the second while watching Kai Cenat Try Not to Laugh challenge, but redeemed myself getting the third bucket, increasing the overall prize pool for the raffle. Now all I had to do was spin either a 1, 3, 6, 7 or 9 and those cookies would be mine. I lose the raffle, nematodes eat Patrick's entire house, and we play the shitty minigame again. Spin time again! I land on a 6 and finally get to purchase my first property, with my choices being either a cave or a fucking pineapple. It's like having to choose between depression or an eating disorder. Can't you just give me both? I now pay $400 a week to live in a pineapple, and now with my own place, I figured it's time to bring the huzz over. So I buy some flowers for Sandy, in which I didn't want to pay full price for. So I enter into a mini game where I have to stop Plankton from handing me the bills I owe. I must have gotten that lobotomy without realizing, because I just did not understand how to play this mini game and ended up getting $0 discount and had to pay the full amount. Okay, whatever. How much is it? $300 for fucking flowers? For $300? She better give me the sloppiest Patrick gets the suds, and I get ready to spin the wheel again. Mr. Krabs gives me a paid 5-minute break. Squidward gets the chance to change jobs, but decides he wants to keep playing detective a little while longer. And Sandy makes another leap in her climb of the corporate ladder, having gone from cashier to ice cream vendor to now a fucking police officer. Why is this talking squirrel now legally allowed to carry a firearm and shoot people? Whatever. We go back to the wheel, spin a 5, and take some driving lessons from Mrs. Puff, and was then forced to play this mini game again and again and again. Back at the wheel, I spin a 7, but it doesn't even matter because Mr. Krabs sells me off to Plankton after betting me and losing in a card game, in which I now have to pay $800 to buy back my freedom. A traumatic experience aside, Patrick goes from being a fry cook to just a straight up business owner. No context or anything, he's just a businessman now. Not wanting to let Patrick find more success than me in life, I appear before the wheel once more, spin a 5, and get the opportunity to change my own career. That's right, guys. Say goodbye to groundskeeper Eric and say hello to cashier Eric. Yep, I'm a cashier now. No time to complain, however, because tonight's the night Patrick and I were to host the annual Krusty Krab talent show, which Sandy didn't even show up for. Why? Oh, yeah, because she was too busy winning a free boat. Wanting a free boat of my own, I spin the wheel, whip out an 8, and end up winning something far, far greater than a measly little boat. I won a magic conch shell. I'm not joking when I say that this magic conch shell would literally change my entire life, as by the power of the almighty magic conch shell, I was granted another spin at the wheel. I spin a 5, and get myself another free spin a respectable 7, and get yet another free spin an 8 this time, and finally catch up to Patrick on the board. But he was standing in the spot I wanted to stand on, so of course I did the gentlemanly thing and challenged him to a pillow fight. Now, there's two things in this world in which you don't want to challenge me. The first being a contest to see who can drink the most milk, and the second being a pillow fight. After beating Patrick's little pink ass until it turned red, I finally overtake him on the board, and my god, I get another free spin. I spin a very welcome date and see myself overtake Sandy, now leaving only Squidward ahead of me on the board. However, Sandy wasn't too happy about that, so she decided to challenge me to a pillow fight.
Sandy, you may as well just pick up a jug of milk while you're at it.
After beating Sandy's squirrel ass and sending her back to Louisiana or wherever the fuck she's from, it was time for me to once more spin the wheel. I spin a 7, flip off Squidward as I drive past him, and make my way towards the finish line, which is now in my sight. However, just as I'm about to reach those shady shoals, I fall short. Just one spot. Nematodes eat my home, and I'm forced to play this shitty ass minigame once more. Squidward spins a 4, giving him the exact number he needs to not just overtake me, but to be the first one of us to reach the shoals and settle into retirement. His long, prosperous career as a highly esteemed detective had finally reached its conclusion. I approach the wheel for what I know will be the very last time and give it my final spin. And in almost poetic fashion, I spin a 2. I reach the shady shoals and am celebrated with a happy retirement of my own. With both Patrick and Sandy joining Squidward and I at the rest home in each of their following turns, we had all officially retired and the game was now complete. Now all that was left was to calculate each player's total worth and find out which of the 4 of us was the richest. Which of us truly won in this game we call life.
Hey guys, Bro Steve here. Well, the machine runs the numbers. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to click that subscribe button. It really helps out. Seriously, do it, or else I'll touch you in your sleep. And finally, the winner is... It's me, baby! From rags to riches, your boy is here at the end, standing at the top. From the slowest start in history, spinning 1s and 2s, to eventually overcoming every person, every obstacle in my path. Just how did I do it? It sounds like magic, right? Well, that's because it is. And I'll tell you my magic. My magic is never giving up. Yo, congrats, bro! You won! Won? I pretty much spent the entire game behind everyone else, lived a life in solitude, and by the time I finally caught up to everyone, it didn't even matter anymore.
Who cares, bro? You won. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, bro. Anyway, want to play some FIFA or like explore each other's bodies or something? Sorry, bro, can't. I gotta leave for work now. Just started at my new job. Oh, new job. All right, bro. Sick. I hear you. What do you do? Well, actually, I'm a cashier.
She gon' hang out with a good man, rockstar pick. I'm counting on the big man. I'm about to hit the base like a fisherman. Cash so fast, hit the brakes, get lit.